This is TechCrunch.
ChatGPT's mobile app hit a new milestone, $3 billion in consumer spending. I'm Imran Sheikh, and your Friday Daily Crunch starts right now. Rivian's new second-generation R1 EVs are receiving an update today that brings the new universal hands-free driving software, which the company revealed last week at its first-ever Autonomy and AI Day. The company says the new feature allows drivers to take their hands off the wheel on more than 3.5 million miles of roads in the U.S. and Canada, including a mix of highways and surface streets, as long as there are visible lane lines. Owners will still have to supervise the driving system, and, crucially, it will not stop or slow down for traffic lights or stop signs. Universal hands-free will also not make turns or follow navigation. Rivian says the software will re-engage if a driver uses their turn signal and handles the turn manually. It's an important step forward for the company, which is aiming to make its vehicles capable of full autonomy over the next few years. But it also comes with risk. Rival automakers with similar systems like Tesla and Ford have dealt with multiple crashes and deaths, many related to drivers' attention straying from the driver assistance systems. Those crashes have led to investigations and lawsuits. Before the update, Rivian's hands-free driving system only worked on 135,000 miles of highways. Rivian detailed plans at last week's event to eventually allow its vehicles to drive themselves from point to point, though that feature will not ship until 2026. The software update released Thursday brings a few other features not related to Rivian's driver assistance system. There's a new version of its digital key that owners of second-generation R1 vehicles can add to digital wallets on iPhones, Apple Watches, Google Pixels, and Samsung phones. Owners of quad-motor variants of the Gen 2 R1 EVs are also getting the long-teased kick turn feature, as well as the Rad Tuner customizable drive modes. According to Reuters, Instacart is currently getting the regulatory equivalent of a throat clearing from the FTC, which has sent the grocery delivery platform a civil investigative demand regarding its AI-powered pricing tool, Eversight. Put another way, the agency wants to know why some people are paying substantially more for their organic granola than others. The issue came to light after a study revealed that shoppers are seeing fairly different prices for identical groceries from the same stores, up to 23% higher prices in some cases. Instacart says these price tests were randomized, not tied to an algorithm that targets customers based on their browsing history. But when people are already anxious about affording eggs, that distinction probably doesn't mean much. Dynamic pricing isn't new or necessarily nefarious. Harvard Business School will tell you it's how digital platforms stay competitive. Airlines use it, hotels use it, Uber famously uses it. Companies argue that it helps balance supply and demand, maximizes profitability, and creates win-win scenarios. But there's a difference between paying surge pricing for a ride home from the bar and paying extra for groceries. Food isn't optional. So while the investigation doesn't prove wrongdoing, it's hardly shocking that the FTC, which has investigated data-driven pricing strategies by other companies, is reportedly asking questions. In an economy where everyone's feeling squeezed, AI-driven price testing of kitchen essentials was bound to attract attention. For its part, Instacart says the market misunderstands this particular initiative. ChatGPT has hit a new milestone of $3 billion in worldwide consumer spending on mobile as of this week, according to estimates from app intelligence provider AppFigures. This figure represents the total spending on iOS and Android devices since the app's launch in May 2023 when it first arrived, then only on iOS. What's notable is that the bulk of that spending took place this year. Worldwide consumers spent an estimated $2.48 billion in the ChatGPT mobile app in 2025. Representing a 408% year-over-year increase from the $487 million spent in 2024. In 2023, the app's first year of availability, it earned $42.9 million before growing 1,036% to reach the 2024 figure. These numbers represent a sharp rise in consumer adoption compared with other popular apps. For instance, it took ChatGPT 31 months to reach $3 billion in consumer spending, but the top earner, TikTok, took 58 months to do so. AppFigures told TechCrunch. ChatGPT also reached the milestone faster than top streaming apps like Disney Plus and HBO Max, which hit the $3 billion figure in 42 months and 46 months, respectively. While the $3 billion in spending represents a significant uptake by consumers, it's not the only way to measure AI app adoption or potential long-term revenue. ChatGPT's mobile customers are buying paid subscriptions, like the $20 per month ChatGPT Plus or the $200 per month ChatGPT Pro for advanced users. But AI apps can generate revenue in other ways, including through developer offerings and, perhaps soon for ChatGPT, ads. In addition, ChatGPT on Wednesday launched its own app store of sorts, which the company suggests will be monetized in some way in the future, its blog post noted. Now to the latest in startup business news, all in about 1 minute with producer Dennis.
Imran, thank you. And Swedish vibe coding startup Lovable has more than tripled its valuation in just 5 months. Stockholm-based Lovable on Thursday said it had raised $330 million in a Series B funding round. The raise comes mere months after Lovable raised a $200 million Series A round that valued the company at $1.8 billion in July. One of the quickest to capitalize on the AI boom, Lovable has built a vibe coding tool that lets people use text prompts to write code and complete apps. And food waste startup Mill said Tuesday that it has inked a deal with Amazon to deploy its bins in Whole Foods produce departments across the country starting in 2027. Amazon's Climate Pledge Fund is also investing in the startup, though it did not disclose the amount. The company has raised a total of $250 million to date. Mill is hoping that its sensor-laden bins can gather enough data to help Whole Foods reduce the amount of produce it throws out. And that'll do it for me. Imran, back to you.
And that's your Daily Crunch. Today's stories were reported by Sarah Perez, Sean O'Kane, Connie Loizos, and more awesome TechCrunch journalists. We'll see you here tomorrow, same tech time, same Crunch channel, and until then, find us at TechCrunch.com.